Hi, this is Kathy from Lady Stamp-A-Lot. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Chesapeake, Virginia, and I'm back again to show you some more projects that I made using the Berry Blessings stamp set and the Berry Delightful Designer Series paper. I did show you this before, but I just briefly want to show again, front and back. This is a bundle that you can receive for free during celebration, January and February 2021. With a $100 order from Stampin' Up, you can choose this bundle. You get the stamp set and the paper. So if you stay till the end, I'll show you some of the other cards that I made with the paper and the stamp set. But today I wanted to show you these three. This is just a granny apple green card base. This is garden green matte with the designer series paper squares, and then a greeting with a stitched rectangle greeting there. And then this is another one. This is a white card base. I used the granny apple green. I used the ornate floral embossing folder, and then garden green matte. Again, the Berry Delightful stamp set. And this is just a regular piece of cardstock. I just cut into that shape. So you don't need any special dies. You can just use regular paper and your scissors or paper trim or whatever you have. And then this is the card I'm going to show you how to make today. It opens like this and then like this. So it's a little bit of a fancy fold, but it's not hard at all. I am going to show you how to make that. And the last project I have is this little strawberry box, and I'll be doing that in another video next time. So let's get started. So with this card, you're going to need a sheet of cardstock, but we're going to cut it a little differently than we usually do. Usually we just cut it in half. This time we need the full 11 inches, but we need it 5.5 by 11. So I'm going to come in here to 5.5 and cut. Now this piece here, you can use, you'll see we have other pieces that you can use to cut out the mat and the greeting, but basically you're only going to get one card from a sheet of cardstock. Now you're going to put your cardstock in the trimmer, and we're going to do some scoring. And the first one is at 2 1/8. And I know some people have a little bit of trouble with the eighths, but if you go to 2, the line here is on 2 all the way up. And then if you go halfway in between to the next line is 2 1/8. So we're going to score at 2 1/8. And then the next one is 3 7/8. So you go almost to the 4 and then just back halfway. So that's 3 7/8. I will have all these measurements on my blog post, so you don't need to write them down. And here I'm going to open this up. We need the next one is going to be 7 1/4. So that's a little bit easier. That's the big line, 7 1/4. And then the last one is 8 7/8. So you're going almost to the 9, and then you come back. And if you're looking at the notches, it's 2 little notches, 8 7/8. I tried to do it so I didn't have these odd numbers, but I couldn't figure it out. So it is what it is. And hopefully you can figure it out if you want to make this card. Okay, so now what you're going to do is this folds in. Get my bone folder. Bone folder helps to keep the card to lay flat. And then this is going to fold back. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. This is going to fold in. And then this is going to fold back. And if we did it correctly, let's cross our fingers, that'll meet nicely in the middle. And it does. Now, I will say, I probably shouldn't, but I will. This little area here is a little bit smaller than this area here, and it kind of bugged me, and I was trying to figure out how to get it even, and all those 8s, I couldn't do it. So it's a little bit off. And the other thing is, I don't know if you can see on the back, the front kind of overlaps the back. So that's just to make sure if you try this that you have it right. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is to take 2 strips. These are 1 7/8. Again, it's just shy of 2 inches, so that's 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. And they're going to go on these flaps right here. So I'm just going to use my fast fuse to do that. And you can see the back of this paper has these large strawberries on them. In the January to June mini catalog, there's a strawberry stamp set in a bundle with a punch, and those strawberries can be punched out with the strawberry builder punch. So that's good to know. And you can also cut them with the scissors. It's pretty easy to cut out because they're pretty large. Okay, so I'm just going to add this to these flaps with trying to get a nice even border all around. Now I did cut a piece of white, 3 1/4 by 5 1/4, and then I just added a little piece of that to the bottom to make it a little bit more interesting. I'm going to glue that in the middle. Personally, I like to handwrite a greeting, but if you like to stamp a greeting, you would want to stamp that first in case you mess up. You can turn your paper over. So I'm just going to set that in the middle like that. Okay, so this is how the card closes. Look at that, pretty easy. Now, here is the piece we're going to put on the top. This is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, and then this is 3 by 4. Again, I'll have those on my blog. And then I have a piece of ribbon about 20 inches long. So what you want to do is sandwich the ribbon between the Designer Series paper and this cardstock mat. So I'm going to just kind of lay this so that the ribbon, when it's wrapped around the card, kind of is about halfway in even. Okay, and I hope I left enough to tie this because I don't like to waste it. I usually don't do that. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run a little bit of my fast fuse across here and glue the ribbon down to that. And then I'm going to adhere this over the ribbon. So again, I'm just going to put this on. And I'm going to make sure I put pretty much on this, since that ribbon, we want it to stay on there and stay secure. So I'm going to, again, put that on there, leaving a nice even border around. Now what we want to do is, so that this card opens, this piece needs to be attached over here. You could do dimensionals, you could do your liquid glue. I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal again. So I'm going to keep the seal to the left side of the card. I'm going to put 2 rows. And let's hope I get that kind of centered. I'm not a person that measures whether it's in the center or not. I can see I got it up higher, but that doesn't bother me. Okay, so then this is just going to go around the back. That can be loose. If you wanted to stick that down, you could. And then it's going to close like this, and you can just tie a bow so that it can be easily opened by the person who gets it. Okay, and then the last thing is I went ahead and pre-stamped this. This is from the stamp set. Again, this is the stamp set that you can get for free in the celebration offering. Berry Blessings, and this says Bountiful Blessings. And then I used the Stitched So Sweetly dies. So I used the smallest one of these for the white, and then the next one up for the garden green. And I put some dimensionals on the back. And I'm going to pop this up on the front of the card. And we're done. Isn't that that was not easy? Didn't I tell you that was easy? And it's a really, wow. So there you can untie it. And then your person can read the little greeting that you have for them when you write your little greeting in there. And then it ties back up. Okay, so let me, oh, I meant to tell you on my original card, I did have hello. And in case you noticed that and were wondering, that is from the Best Year stamp set, hello. So you could really put any kind of greeting on this that you want. Now, I said I was going to show you the other projects that I made with this stamp set and paper. And I do have a video on these, but in case you missed it, here they are. This is the Granny Apple Green and the Pacific Point Blue. This one is just really simple out of cardstock and the paper. I did do a video for this card. Love that one. Very simple to make. And then this is a really cute, bright strawberry card. And then here's the same one I just made again. All right, and then the other set I made were the, this is Rich Razzleberry. I made this little treat box. I do have a video for how to make that. And then these are the cards I made with the Razzleberry papers. So there you go. If you're interested in any of these products, they are free during the month of January and February 2021 in the celebration brochure. If you have any questions, just let me know. And thanks for stopping by.